Hello everyone and welcome back to Wellness Wednesday. Before we get into our post today, I just wanted to again briefly highlight the card deck that we are using for these videos. So Trauma Informed Yoga Affirmation card deck. And so this is the primary card deck that we have been using with some modifications from other card decks to show these poses in more seated or accommodations within this. Today's pose that we're going to do is a continuation of the chair pose that we did last time. So we are going to, again, have that slight forward bend with our knees bent and our kind of trunk of our body kind of coming forward. I know it's a little difficult to see this within this particular picture, but you may remember it again from the last time that we met, how it looks as though if you're standing, as if you're kind of getting yourself to be seated into a chair. If you are doing this seated, I ask that you just kind of move to the front of your chair and just give your body, or the trunk of your body, that forward bend to still kind of duplicate this pose. So I'm going to give you a chance to make sure that you are comfortable in this pose. So I invite you, whether you're seated or standing, to kind of bring your feet a little bit together, maybe not quite as far apart as you're used to. If you do need to extend them out so that you feel more balanced, that's fine. And then go ahead and just get into that chair pose. So again, bend at your knees, the trunk of your body slightly forward. And remember, only bend to where it feels accessible and comfortable for you. Don't feel as though you have to go too far in this bend. And allow yourself to just define the center and the grounding point of this where you feel most comfortable. Alright, from here we're going to go ahead and add the arm movements into this. Again, do only what you feel comfortable doing. If this throws off your balance, you can go ahead and just bring your hands back up over your heart so that your palms are together in front of your heart and holding that heart pose within there. And if you do want to go ahead and try the movements, I invite you to do that now. We're going to do these nice and slow. And also understand too, as you bring your arms up over your head as it shows in the picture, we don't want to stand back up all the way. We want to go ahead and keep our knees bent, and we're going to have still our body kind of somewhat at that bent level. If you do kind of want to stand up a little bit still with your knees bent, you can do so. Allow your arms to move a little bit farther back. What again, ever feels most comfortable for your balance and your safety as you do this pose. So let's go ahead and start off with our inhale, arms up over our head, and let's just hold it here for a few breaths. Go ahead and adjust your movement if you need to so that you feel comfortable and balanced. In our next exhale, we're going to go ahead and sweep our arms down to the right. So exhale, down. And you might bend a little bit further as you do this. And we're going to go ahead and hold here for another few breaths. Let's go ahead and inhale back up to the center, arms over the head. Hold here again for a few breaths. And on our next exhale, we'll sweep down to the left. So exhale, arms to the left. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Let's go ahead on our next inhale up, straight back to the middle, arms over our head. Hold. 3 breaths. And now on our next exhale, again, we're just going to bring our arms straight back down to our sides or sitting comfortably in our laps. So arms down. And let's go ahead and repeat our affirmation. I release shame. It does not belong here in my heart. And let's just hold again in our chair pose here. So again, your knees should still be slightly bent. The trunk of your body leaning forward. Okay, let's go ahead and do this twice more. Arms up on our inhale. Hold for 3 breaths. And on this next exhale, sweep down to the right. Hold for 3 breaths. On our next inhale, back up to center, arms overhead, trying to keep at that seated pose with our knees bent and our trunk slightly bent forward. Now hold here again for 3 breaths. Inhale and next exhale down to the left. And hold here for 3 breaths. And inhale back up towards center. Hold 3 breaths. And exhale, arms back down at our sides or softly in our lap. And repeating our affirmation, I release shame. It does not belong here in my heart. And one last time, inhale, arms up over their head, maintaining that seated pose or the chair pose. Hold 3 breaths. And inhale, and the next exhale down, sweeping towards the right. Hold for 3 breaths. Inhale back up towards center. Exhale down towards the left. Continue to hold here for another 2 breaths. On your next inhale, back up towards center. And exhale, go ahead and bring your arms back down to your sides or in your lap. And a final repeat of our affirmation: I release shame. It does not belong here in my heart. Let's go ahead and take one last cleansing breath. In through the nose, release out through the mouth in a sigh. And I don't know about you all, but I ended up closing my eyes as we were doing this. So go ahead and open your eyes if you did that. And allow yourself to carry the peace and the relaxation and that release of shame that you felt throughout this exercise with you throughout the day. I thank you all for joining me again. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.